Okay, guys. We're at TVA system here. This is a mine and Junebug's place of residency. So that is the dam. Douglas, you know, of course, TVA's got a bunch of dams. You know, Junebug, this is our neck of the woods. This is where we lived until we went to Florida for quite a few years. Really nice. I like Spear County. It's really just a great area. Not as too touristy now with Pigeon Forge and all that mess up there, but they got campgrounds here, and we used to fish a lot on Douglas when me and Donna lived here. So we're in Knoxville, but it's probably as busy as it is up here, but up here just nuts. Kind of hazy day, so the mountains are not too good a view. Okay, this is where me and Donna used to camp all the time. We spent many a night here. See, they put that wall up. That
That's
used to be
new.
round,
Yeah, that's a handicap spot now.
Yeah. But it was a decent.
It was one of our,
one of our really go-to.
They got a
TVA has a lot of decent campgrounds.
Yeah, they've changed this quite a bit. There's a dump station. Was it always right there?
Yeah, dump was always there.
They let you dump there for non-registered campers, $10.
Yeah, I'd pay it right there to be a dump, guys. So if you're out, even if you ain't staying here and need a dump, you can use it.
I'd stick it more out the window because you're getting.
Sorry about that, guys. But this is where me and Junebug used to camp a lot. Right here.
They've improved it.
Yeah, they've really kind of straightened it up. Yeah. Heck, they made this look better than the top side. You know. I used to come right there to 34 and fish. Just throw my.
We never really had a lot of luck fishing out here.
I caught a bass. I mean, that's about it, you know. So.
You want me to take over and film this time?
Yeah. Put the strap on your arm so you don't drop it out the window. But it was a good campsite. We'll drive up to the top one.
So this is the lower part, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't the headwaters, right? Or is this the, what was the name for this one? This was the headwaters?
Yeah, it's the headwaters. What is it? Is that the French Brook? She'd say it's been so long since we lived here. I don't remember. It's been 20 years, 15, I guess.
But this used to be our campground of choice. They got a campground house. They got a conversion. They're camping out of that van right there. Always enjoyed this campground. It was quiet.
Oh, it was.
I think one day we might be back here for a weekend once we get our casita. They've got a little camp store up here. Tailwater. This is the Tailwater campground. So the other one's going to be our headwater.
Yeah, that'd be the top, I guess.
So, and here's the dam. And we don't have a lot of boaters that come up in this area.
It's right.
It's really rocky.
The generators are going because water's y'all lazy up.
Right, but it's really rocky to try to get down in here.
Yeah, I've been up here. I had a John boat up here.
Yeah, and you've got a car behind you too, so heads up.
Generators are running.
Okay, so we're heading up to the headwaters now. Be back in a few minutes.
Okay guys, we're at the top campground. Me and Donna used to do that. They leveled these out because used to we had to really block to keep it up. And they've added the building. Always liked the one up there. Always liked the one up there. Yeah, I know they got a bunch of camp posts. You know.
Yeah, this is reservation only. This used to be first come, first
Just
serve.
and it used to be like $20 a day.
I think it's more than that.
It's more than that now, but it was electric and water, you know.
And then they had a dump station.
And you had the dump station, yeah, but, you know, but everything
That's
goes.
back in the day when you used to hold the little blue boy.
Yeah, I carried a blue boy around with me so I didn't have to break the rig. Because me and Donna would come here and stay. We stayed down on the one down here on the upside. We'll drive down there. We were there for a couple of weeks, but people want to wheel and deal used to. I had a guy come up and said he'd get it back to me and we could change out through the time, but you know, I didn't do that because didn't need. And now they got a camp host here.
Campground manager right back there. We just
Yeah, they didn't have all this back in our day.
This was never my favorite section over here because I thought it was too hilly.
Yeah.
But they do get shade over here, whereas they don't get shade over
On the other one, really.
Yeah.
So, I kind of like the bottom better, in a way, but
the only thing different you get over here is you get a lot more action at the boat ramp.
yeah, the boat ramp's up here, the big boat ramp.
But I guess, yeah, one of the last spaces we were in one of these here.
Probably last time I think we were right there.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't level then, it really sloped. I had to really block. But they've sort of, might have been that one. He's blocked really high. So, it might have been the second. I think that's the last time we camped here. Now they got camp posts everywhere. Like, I don't know. They probably rented it to some corporation, you know.
Well, I think TVA's got a manager that manages all of them.
All of them now. Well, that tells you they've laid them out to somebody else. That's, yeah. Look at that, they put 3 back there.
Mm-hmm.
I think
they put some trees
they
in
put
here.
some trees in. Yeah, that's
We
how
used to stay in this cul-de-sac.
we used to stay in this
And I
cul-de-sac.
think it was this one right here.
No, it was this one. It was one of these two. That's where I let the tailgate down on my pin. I had the pin on the bumper, dented my tailgate. But it's still basically the same.
Still a good campground.
It was a decent campground. A little tight, some of them, you know, but
Not compared to some campgrounds.
but not
we've
to
seen.
some. I've seen some even tighter. So. We're in Dandrigde. Here you go. Dandrigde was central of opposition to the Douglas Dam to the loss of over 60,000 acres of fertile agricultural land. The Douglas Reserve was critical to providing the power needed for the Manhattan Project in Oak Ridge. Begun in 1942, construction of the Douglas Project was complete within 382 days to capture the 1943 winter rains and to produce the needed hydroelectric power. And there is the dock. And, I can't remember the exact story of the dock, but somehow they finally decided to build the dock and save the town from the flood. There's some towns that's in the lake. They flooded it. They bought them out and flooded it when they built the dam. But Dandrigde, pretty.
That's 1820.
Yeah. It's a pretty little town. They had a barbecue place up here, but
it's not there. I was looking at
it ain't there.
It was a Dandrigde and it didn't come up.
It ain't there anymore. I think the courthouse was built in 1845. Oh God, I don't even remember the cemetery being there. That makes you think you've been gone a long time, don't it? Do you remember the cemetery?
Mm-mm.
Say I don't either. Shit.
Fairly certain this was the barbecue place.
Do you think this was the barbecue? Well, you might be right. You know what? I think you might be right. I think you're right.
I'm fairly certain that was it.
I think
Probably
you are
one of
right.
those windows.
I think you're right. I think it was that, honestly. Okay, guys. That's pretty well Dandrigde. You seen it down the street. Well, I have a Revolutionary soldier in my family that I have their grave marked. That's an old stone.
They put this in up here.
Yeah. McSpadden. You know, there's an McSpadden here. And do you remember that house out there on Douglas Lake that we drive by, that old brick house out there by? It's a McSpadden, yeah.
There's a different burial ground at the side of the original Hopewell Presbyterian Church. First church in Jefferson County, 1785.
It's a pretty old cemetery. You know. See how they just use filled stones. I'd never been in the cemetery. I don't guess you had either, had you? Okay. Birds are chirping today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that was the barbecue place.
Yeah, you're right, it was. And I don't even remember the name of it. I actually thought it was good barbecue. I'm surprised they couldn't make it. But they didn't make it.
Seems like the last time we came up here, we couldn't find